All right, guys, we got new leaked footage of the 2024 Dodge Charger EV, or rather 2025 Dodge Charger EV. We'll talk about that in a second. This comes straight from TikTok. Dodge Charger EV 2025 spotted. Look at it. That's in the Destroyer gray. Look at it moving. Look at it from the front. Okay. I got to be real with you, man, and I keep going back and forth with this. This isn't the ugliest car I've ever seen in the world, right? It just really depends on the picture, the video, the angle of it, that it looks ugly. When I first saw it in Vegas in person, when it was in that beautiful octane red and it was sitting on the 20s, 20-inch wheels, of course, and it had the red accents and the red, it didn't look like the ugliest car in the world. But when you look at it with certain colors from certain angles, certain pictures just don't do it justice, you know? Certain pictures make it look like one of the ugliest cars ever imaginable. You know, after looking at this video, and this is strictly a little TikTok video, looks like somebody was behind the fence and caught it from a distance. Looks like it's already on the lot. It looks like it's in front of a Chevy truck or something. I'm seeing one Chevy truck, another Chevy truck. It looks like it's coming off of a truck and being sent to a dealership of some sort. It honestly looks like a Chevy dealership, to be real with you. If you look at a lot of the trucks around it, and if you zoom in through the back or to the back of the car, you don't see that it says Daytona, but it does have that new Dodge emblem, that electric Dodge emblem in the middle of it. You can see what looks like white lights in the back. So maybe that's where the red LEDs are going to be in the back of the car. Really no body lines, to be honest with you, when it comes to side skirts or when it comes to door lines or anything like that. And this is the picture that's coming, you know, I'm stopping it as it's coming off of the truck. And then when you see it driving, you see it moving a little bit. I don't know why they still got the trunk popped. It's really not the ugliest car in the world, I'll be honest with you. And if you look at it from the front here, once again, not the ugliest car in the world. I think that front end is going to illuminate all the way around. So similar to how our rear end illuminates as one racing light, the front end is going to illuminate as one racing light and the back. So that's going to be kind of dope. I'm not even going to cap. If we have the entire front end illuminated with the DRL, daytime driving light, or daytime running light. Okay, I messed that up in my previous video. Daytime running light. And then you got the two headlights on the side. That's pretty straight. Obviously no fog lights. I don't know. They should have put fog lights. It's not like they have to have extra vents for cooling like the Hellcat. And then you look at it from the side, you can see the light on the right. It looks almost like a wide body kit, but it's really just a part of the body, kind of how it flares out. So it's not a true wide body kit. It's just kind of how the body of the car flares out a little bit. And then you see it here from a distance. So you're seeing the front end. The front end is going to have that dip. For what reason, I don't know, because obviously there's no cooling necessary for this. This is not an engine. In fact, I would imagine that the front end that we're looking at here, that's considered the trunk. The front end where you're going to be putting, you know, your luggage and your, I would say coolant, but you're not going to need coolant. You're not going to need a gas tank. Like all the stuff that I'm thinking about that I keep in my trunk: coolant, gas tank. I keep a tire compressor or air compressor. So, I mean, I guess you would have that in the front. What else? What else do you normally keep in the trunk of your car? Gas can, extra 50/50, or was it 51/50 or 50/50 coolant, and probably, and then yeah, to jumpstart your engine or jumpstart your battery, which you won't be needing for this. So the front end is going to be where the storage and stuff takes place. And then once again, looking at it from the rear. Okay, so I guess the rear tail lights are going to be white. Yeah, so I guess they're going to be white in the back. I don't know. But 2025 Dodge Charger EV. So people keep calling it a 25. And they're calling it that because it looks like... So what I'm estimating is that the inline 6 version of the 2024 Dodge Charger is probably going to debut in late 2024, right? The low power and then a high output, or low output and then high output, is probably going to take a debut in late 2024, you know? And then of course the SRT Daytona, or let me say this correctly, the 2025 Dodge Charger EV, what is it? Daytona SRT Banshee is probably going to debut in 2025. So they're going to hold true to the fact that they're going to be releasing these in 2024, but the big boy is not coming out till 25. So that's why you see a lot of confusion there with people saying 2024 Dodge Charger EV and 2025, because Dodge has already stated they're going to be releasing these in late 2024, or at least setting them up for order in 2024. And that's another option. They may be opening the order books for 24, but they may not be delivered until 25. But more than likely, the inline 6 version is going to be open in 24, and then the electric joint is not going to be available until 25. So that's why you see 2025 Daytona or a Dodge Charger EV. Either way, let's be honest here. I mean, this is not the ugliest car in the world. I go back and forth with this on 100 times. Going back and forth, looking at the body, it's not the ugliest car in the world. When you look at it from this front profile, we're looking at it from the side, that's not an ugly body right there. I think the color is what makes it look so kind of basic, you know, that Destroyer gray, given the fact that it doesn't have any tint on it. It's got no graphics on it, no emblems, no anything. It looks kind of basic. But once you throw some tint on there, once you throw maybe a different set of rims or wheels on it, I think it's going to go hard. And then obviously a different color altogether is going to take it, you know, to another level. And then you look at it getting off the truck here, looking at it from the rear, not the most attractive rear end of a car I've ever seen, but once again, not the ugliest, you know. It's got those cheap ass side markers, you know, the orange up front, the orange amber, and then the red in the back. But that's what comes even on the Chargers and Challengers now. It's just whenever I get my Charger, that's the first thing that I change out is the side markers, because I hate that. Speaking of which, I need some new side markers because these are trash. I took them from my Scat Pack and they're getting old and going out. But then you see it moving, and then once again, it's not the ugliest car in the world. I'll be honest with you. A lot of you guys in the comments were kind of cutting me down in the last video that I made about this because of how critical I was, saying that it's not ugly, you need to give it a chance. I'm gonna be honest with you, from this video going forward, right? And another thing, I'm gonna start kind of, you know, creating a little series where whenever I get updates on a 24 Charger or a 25 Charger, I'm gonna make a video and bring it to you, basically. But going forward, from this video forward, I am not going to call the Charger trash or garbage or, you know, shit or anything like that. I'm going to try to give it a chance, because if I see this car in black and it's tinted out and blacked out clean, I'm gonna lose my mind. That's my favorite color on the car is black. You know, if I see it in black, I'm gonna lose my mind. And with some black rims and the headlights is on, and then the tail lights is on, I might lose my mind. And if I saw it in that octane red again, I'm definitely gonna lose my mind. So let me hold off on being overly negative about my criticism about this car. I'm gonna give it a chance, because after looking at this video again, this is not the ugliest car that I've seen. There are plenty more ugly ass cars out there on the market today that I would choose this car over these ugly ass cars today. So let me hold back on that. Now, with that being said, getting back to what we all know to be true, no V8, no Hemi, it's going to be electric. So whether it's ugly or gorgeous or not so ugly in the middle, it's still electric. So that's something that a lot of people got to deal with. But either way, guys, this was a video from TikTok. A couple people tagged me in this on TikTok. I've got to get better on TikTok, man. If you on TikTok, follow your boy at Knockout360. Everything's the same. Instagram, Knockout360, TikTok, Knockout360, and obviously YouTube, Knockout360. But talk to me. How do you feel about this, man? Because I feel like the more videos that I see of it, the more I kind of, I'm not going to say love it, not even going to say I kind of like it, but it's growing on me slowly. You know, at the end of the day, I really believe that it needs that special touch. It needs some seasoning. Like right now, this is some fried chicken that's unseasoned right now. Or maybe it's unseasoned, it's uncooked, it's raw. Once you cook it, throw some seasoning on it, 350 degrees in the oven. If you're gonna bake it, fry it, put it in an air fryer. Once you put all the ingredients on top, this may be a decent car. I'm interested in seeing this, for one, in black, and two, I want somebody to deck it out. Black tint, black rims, maybe throw some graphics on it. Let me see the decals, and I want to see the headlights on. I want to see the tail lights. I want to see all that on, you know? Once I see that, I may change my mind on this. I'm not going to cap. I might, because this looks like one of those cars where it's like all it needs is, it needs something. It's missing something. But once it gets that something, it could be something in and of itself. Talk to me, guys. How do you feel about it, man? I'm not going to be so aggressive and disrespectful towards this car going forward. I'm going to give it a legitimate chance. talk to me. See you guys in the next one, man. Peace.